On to Peppermint Grove in Western Australia now, and it's regularly rated among Australia's most expensive suburbs. With established wealth dating back through generations, Peppermint Grove is Perth's most affluent suburb. It's only small in size, but big in concentrated luxury. With us to talk about the suburb's appeal and some of the beautiful homes on the market is Jody Fewster, licensed agent from Acton Real Estate in Cottesloe, WA. Good evening to you, Jody. Thanks so much for joining us from the West. Great to have you on the show. Tell us what you love most about Peppermint Grove.
Thanks, Sophie, for having me, and good evening. Look, I love the fact that it's bordered by the Swan River. It is only a few minutes drive to Cottesloe Beach. It sits equidistant between Perth CBD and the Fremantle Port City. It's small, as you mentioned, only 500 dwellings with 1,600 residents, very tightly held, only 20 properties a year at most transact, which is why we do a lot of off-market selling. We've got the most gorgeous yacht club, the Royal Perth Yacht Club there, which has got panoramic views all the way to the city. Lovely freshwater cafe, the Peppermint Grove Tennis Club, and we've got lots of shops and cafes within close walking distance to us.
And any residents we may have heard of, any sort of people kicking around the suburb of note?
Oh yes, definitely. We're very excited that Danielle Blaine has just been nominated in the Queen's Birthday Awards for her services to the Liberal Party and to business in general. Of course, we've got the wonderful Nigel Sadley and his gorgeous wife Denise, who live in the suburb and graciously opened their stunning home for children's charity work. And of course, because of the yacht club, we've got a couple of very famous yachting families with the Gilmores and the Packers.
Now, I imagine you spend a lot of time in Peppermint Grove yourself. What do you like doing while you're there?
Well, I love to cook, I love to eat, and I love wine, so the boat shed is one of my favourite destinations, especially on a Saturday after home opens. You'll see a lot of locals down there. You'll often find the locals at Jade Court Chinese on a Sunday, or just having coffee at Chimbolino down the corner. And of course, for most families, there's a Bunnings and a Woolworths, so that takes up Sundays.
Oh, well, then, so it's just like anybody's regular neighbourhood, but not quite.
Not quite. Large land holdings with beautiful peppermint-lined trees.
Beautiful. Well, let's have a look at 40 Leek Street now. This is a recent sale?
Yeah, this one we sold before it even hit the market. 1,821 square metres of land. It had been held by the same family for over 36 years. We used the database to bring people to it before we could even hit the market. Gorgeous character home that had been extended approximately 20 years ago, but just too much land for the current family, and it's now ready for its new owners.
Fantastic. Now let's have a look at 45A View Street. And this is also a recent sale?
Yeah, this one we sold before auction. This one sold for 4.9 million. Again, owned by the same family for a very long time. It was designed by the architect Peter Hunt in 1985, and that family had lived in it all this time. Stunning river views, pool, tennis court, sweeping staircase. Again, this has been sold prior to auction to the next family who are going to take it on.
Right, and that happens a lot, does it? They get snapped up before they make it to auction?
It does, it does. Being a local resident, people know me, they're on my database, and they say, Jody, call me as soon as the property comes up. So we quite often have bidding prior to even getting to the market, which is not great as an agent, but it's great for my sellers.
I'll bet it is. Now let's have a look at 148 Forest Street.
This is an exceptional estate. It's one of only 5 estates left of this size in Peppermint Grove. It's 3,639 square metres of land. The most divine gardens that I think your viewers would expect to see in Toorak, more so than here. Has Art Deco features, beautiful round curved detailing, windows. It's even got the original pink marble in some of the rooms. It was extended 20 years ago, so it has got some open plan living. It's even got its own studio. There's garaging for 7 cars. And it's a really clever design. It works. You know, guest bedroom downstairs, so you've got some separation. And all the family bedrooms upstairs. The ceiling detailing is stunning, and the study that you're looking at now is original. It is absolutely beautiful. It's the sort of room you can imagine in 1937 when it was built, the people were having a cigar and a port.
Absolutely. What a magnificent home. What's the price guide on this one?
We're thinking it's going to sell somewhere between 9 and 11 million. It is so unique. Like many of the properties in Peppermint Grove, it has scarcity value. So we've only just put the address on this property and we're looking forward to seeing who's going to step forward.
Well, you saw it here first on Sky News Real Estate. Now let's stay on Forest Street. Let's go to 137 now.
Yes, this home is incredible because people do not believe it's less than 10 years old. The owners were slavish to the detail of the design. They loved the original 1500s Palladian styling, then went into classic British. So everything has been imported, from the flagstone pavers, the carved marble fireplaces straight in from Tuscany, the stained glass window which has been hand painted. The detail is like nothing you've ever seen before, but it has every modern convenience. Set over 4 levels, it has 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and a wonderful 2-street frontage. So it runs all the way from Forest Street through to Hertsford Close.
It's just extraordinary. What an amazing property. Why are they moving on, Jody?
This one is a downsize and moving actually out of Western Australia. So, but one thing I have to say about this property, although it sounds large, it has the most intimate spaces. The interiors are stunning and very cosy and warm.
Yeah, it looks just divine. Now let's go to 14A View Street.
So this one's quite different in the sense that it's 766 square metres of land. If you're looking for a large family home but you want to travel a lot, this is the one for you. It really does behave like a lock and leave. So it's got great family spaces, good separation for children and adults. It is set over 3 levels, so teenagers are going to love the fact that the bottom floor has the theatre, the pool room, it's even got a gym in the garage, and yet the parents can be happily ensconced in the formal areas at the front of the home. Again, a stunning home, great detail, beautiful light and proportions, and this one's on the market for offers around 4.3.
Wow, what a gorgeous home. How is that prestige end of the market holding up in Perth? Did it slump much when the rest of the market did?
Yeah, look, Peppermint Grove and the top end did take a hit, but what we're seeing now is that the smart money is really coming back out. So we're seeing it's easier to get literally sales above 5 million at the moment than some of the middle 2 to 3 range. So the smart money is coming back out in Perth. It's generally been described as, you know, coming off the bottom, and people want to get in quick to snap up these homes.
And as you said earlier, it's very hard to snap up anything in Peppermint Grove. Clearly nothing stays on the market very long.
That's
we're lucky to have seen these ones tonight. Jody, thank you so much for taking us through Peppermint Grove tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me, Sophie.
And that's all we have time for, but we'll see you at the same time tomorrow night for a preview of this weekend's auction action.